What's up, Nail It Nation? You guys hear from me all the time, right? Hey, do your content, be consistent, do your videos, become 5 Mile famous, build your brand. And I hope that if you've heard me talk about these things before on the show, then you've taken up some of these nuggets, you've implemented that in your business, and it has helped you in a great way. Today, I want to flip things around a little bit. I want to bring you a successful roofing company owner that has done all of the things that we talk about every day, that has built an 8-figure roofing company on the back of free organic Facebook and Instagram content. Jason Payne from State 48 Roofing, the owner of that company out in Arizona, has implemented many of these things that we talk about over the past 4 to 5 years to build up his company into a very successful brand and company in his local area. Had the opportunity to sit down with Jason at our recent 5 Mile Famous workshop out in Phoenix, and just a really good, quick conversation from someone that is in the arena doing this stuff every single day. So you can hear it from him in addition to hearing it from me every day.
Yeah, what's up, guys? My name is Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing here in Arizona. I started my business in August of 2019 with 3 employees, who my COO now, my wife, and one 2-man crew, husband and wife, believe it or not. And fast forward 4.5 years later, we're doing, we just cleared just under 13 million in revenue. We're on track for 15 this year. Stretch goal of 18, of 90 employees, 13 crews, and generated 6,000 leads last year. And Beacon has actually been one of the biggest contributors to that. I met Frank. I don't even know how I truly met Frank Ruiz, who's a sales manager over Southwest here. And met Frank, started following me on social media. He actually bought a house here in Arizona, and he asked me to come inspect it. And his house is actually on my website. So, but yeah, he's been a huge contributor to our growth. I was actually using another roofing supplier, but they gave me limits on. I know Benny was mentioning how his first, thing with Beacon was $5,000, and I had another one with another supplier for $50,000, but we were spending about $50,000 a week, but they only gave me a $50,000 a month limit, and I'm like, bro, like I got to be literally paying it off every single week and back and forth, and I'm like, I can't do this. So I was talking to Frank, and he's like, how much do you need? I was like, dude, we're doing 50 a week, and I showed him my financials, like, hey, this is literally what we're doing over and over, paying off every single month, not missing. He's like, not a problem. I'll give you $250,000 right now, and I'm like, done. And so I'd done 0 with him 1 year. The next year we did, I think, 250, 300,000. And then the next year was just shy of $1 million. And then this past year we actually did $2 million with them. And him, his team, one of his sales reps, Josh Thomas, super good dude, just gangster customer service, going all out, and a true supplying company that has done nothing but try to give, answering their phone, showing up I have 9 sales reps. So my 9 sales reps can go to them. They don't have to go to me anymore. Or even our sales manager, they just go straight to Beacon, and it's been a huge thing. So yeah, I love that they put on events like this. I have 2 other events actually today, and I chose, out of the 3, I chose to be at this one. So it's been nothing but awesome, and I appreciate them, throwing it, making it happen.
Talk about how important it is for contractors to understand brand and marketing, and how important like education is to a business owner's success, and like why that's important.
Yeah, so shameless plug to one of my mentors, Sean Whalen of Lions Not Sheep. He taught me, be your brand. And a lot of us will try and build a business brand, but in return, actually, you are your brand. The personal brand is the most important thing over a business brand, because you can sell a business, but you can't sell yourself. Your personal brand will follow you wherever you go. And being consistent and telling your story on social media with your content, just like Benny mentioned in his speech, over and over again, of once a day, every day, it's 365 times. Over 10 years, you have, close to 4,000 posts, and collaborating with people, showing up at events, tagging people. By the way, it's freaking free. We want to spend all this money on Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and these agencies and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, if you just literally just would go onto these free platforms, YouTube, TikTok, and put your content, put your stories out there consistently, you'll build credibility, you'll build reputation, you'll build your brand, and you'll get a ton of attraction momentum to where people will want to come work for you, so you can hire and attract more quality content and customers, clients. And people don't squawk about your price. They appreciate the price because the value's already been given by being consistent on those social media platforms. So as a roofing contractor, and seeing all these other guys, average roofing contractor does between $1 to $3 million in revenue. And like Benny taught and Beacon mentions, like that's one, it's very dangerous to be in that position because one big lawsuit, one accident, someone falls off a roof, something happens, like it could just bury you if you're not financially set and don't have a team. You can't take time off. You can't go on vacation. You can't come to these events if you're consistently working in your business and not on your business. And so one of the biggest things I did is one of my core values is hire and delegate. And so anything I don't want to do or I'm not good at, I need to hire somebody and delegate those things to where I can be at these events and learn more about marketing and how to grow and scale my business. And so like I said, that's why I'm here.
If there's a contractor that's kind of on the edge about maybe partnering with Beacon or maybe they're with another supplier, talk to us about some of the benefits of doing business with Beacon.
So my uncle, I used to work for my uncle for 9 years before I started my own, and he only used one supplier. And so when I started mine, I didn't know any other suppliers, to be honest, because we only used that guy or that one company. I was like, hey, customer service was okay. They're big, so they can, roof load faster than others, but that was about it. They could get there faster. That's pretty much it. But customer service, being there and not being, I call it being transformational, not transactional. That is the definition of Beacon in general, is they are very transformational. They want to be your friend. They want to help you, not because of the dollar amount that's attached to you, but because they truly want to see you grow and scale your business. And that's what it comes down to. And that's what Beacon's done for us, because before it was like, they only want to talk to the owner, only service the owner. I'm like, guys, I have an entire production team. I have, they have access to. I have a sales team that they have access to. And Beacon, by far, over 4 other suppliers here in Arizona, have smoked those other guys to where I'm like, I actually don't make the choice of who they send the roof loads out to, because we do about 15 roofs a week, full roofs, and about 40 repairs. And I'm like, out of these 15 roofs, I'm like, dude, give it whoever's taking the best care of you, that's who gets it. Because they're relatively close in price, within 10%, 5% pricing. But I was like, the customer service is not within 10%. It's literally just, they're not on the same planet anymore. And so Beacon's went from 0% of business with us to probably close to 90% in 24 months.
Talk to the contractor out there if they're on the fence thinking about coming to an event like this. Talk about this event, specifically Contractor Dynamics, and tell people why they should come to a Contractor Dynamics 5 Mile Famous Marketing Workshop.
So the Contractor Dynamics is what people talk about, but nobody wants to do. And when it comes to marketing, roofing contractors, in my opinion, are probably the bottom tier of knowing how to market. They don't believe in it. A lot of old school guys, a lot of boomers, but the ones that aren't boomers like myself coming up, marketing has to be an intentional priority on a daily basis for your business, or you won't have a business. You will get consumed. You will literally just disappear. And the cool part about Contractor Dynamics and Joe and Benny and what they've done here today and in general these events is they have given you the opportunity, like give yourself permission to be a badass marketer that just happens to do roofing. That's what it comes down to. Like give yourself permission to press record, right? To hop on that, do that Facebook Live or hop on Instagram or do that podcast or, host that event, go to that event, be a part of that event, engage with them. And especially when the amount of value that you get, what they're doing is they're slowly molding your mindset of how, yes, you're a business owner and marketing is an expense in your business, but it's actually an asset. It's really not an expense, because if you don't have marketing, one of my mentors, Grant Cardone, teaches nothing happens until a sale is made, but a sale is not made until you market yourself first. Because if they don't know you, they can't flow you. So that's where your marketing comes in first. Then after your marketing comes the sale. Like sell. If they don't know you, you can't even get the opportunity to get up on a roof to write a contract if they don't even know who you are. Then from there, you can go from there, right? But that's why marketing, in my opinion, the only 2 things you should focus on as a business owner is marketing and sales. Everything else you can delegate out. The biggest obstacle, in my opinion, that roofing contractors struggle with when it comes to content creation is they think they're too good, or they think they're not good enough. They think they're too good. They're like, oh, I don't need this marketing. I don't need to do social media. I don't need to do, ads and all these things. I'm so good. I've been around for decades. People know who I am. 100% bullshit, number one. Number 2, I literally just talked to a guy who's been doing it for almost 20 years, since 2006. So pushing 20 years. And I said, show me your camera roll. He has tens of thousands of pictures and hundreds, if not thousands of videos that he could be literally just popping on social media. No captions, no agency, no cut up, just posting it. And it would literally give him another, several millions of dollars in revenue. But because he's scared, he doesn't want the video, the camera, the lighting, all those things. They really just don't think it's going to work. They don't think that it's for them. A lot of them weren't taught to use content and social media to generate leads, especially if you're a generational roofer. You were not taught to the power of social media, the power of doing that. My company generated over $3.1 million last year from free organic posting on Instagram and Facebook. They don't believe that's going to work. And so they watch everybody else do it, and they'll like and share their stuff, but they won't even, post their own stuff, which will actually put money in their own pocket. They don't think it's going to work, or they don't think that they have a face for a camera, or they think they're going to be judged, or it's not good enough. It's not polished enough. And I love what Benny said, dude, Facebook Live is the most best thing to do because it's a real, raw, vulnerable, authentic version of you. There's no scripting. There's no questions before. There's no nothing. You just go raw. And if you cuss, you cuss. If you mess up, you mess up. If you trip, if you stumble, you fall, you stutter. And most people are just scared because they think they're going to be judged. And in the end, nobody gives two shits about your video or the fact that you cussed or that you stuttered or that you tripped or that you showed the wrong thing or said that. Talking about, underlayment on a tile roof, but you mentioned asphalt shingle. Dude, 90% of your content and your audience doesn't even freaking know the difference anyways. But that's what they are scared to either start, or they're scared that they're going to get judged, and so they don't ever start. Within the first 12 months of me working for my uncle, 2010, right? So I don't think Facebook had even acquired Instagram, or maybe just recently, but Instagram wasn't a big, huge thing yet. But I talked to my uncle and my cousin, and I said, hey, we need to do this thing called Instagram and Facebook and get on the internet and post videos and pictures and whatnot. And they're like, it's dumb, not my thing, not going to work, right? Because if you think of the generation before, they said yellow pages, right? Mailers, all tangible hard copy stuff, no techie stuff, no internet worthy stuff other than Google, right? But being able to post your content on a platform for people to see, then eventually transact with you wasn't a thing. And a lot of people don't want to change. They don't want to change. They don't want to adapt. And that's the reason why companies and businesses, big and small, fail. And I told them, I said, I want to do this. And they said, cool, not a problem. If you want to do it, you do it by yourself. We want nothing to do with it. I said, okay, cool. That day, Jason the Roofer, my Instagram handle at Jason the Roofer was born, and Jason Von Payne on Facebook. Every time I take a picture or a video about something cool or something crazy, or these shingles are messed up, or look at this foam and coating that's total garbage, or this, concrete tile roof that was installed wrong 3 months ago by another roofing contractor or by the builder, I just literally take a video and I would just post it. And I would take a video and I would post it. All my content, I said over 6,000 pieces of content on social media, and every one of them came from my iPhone. Every single one of them. That's what it comes down to, is just document the process of what you're doing and put it out there for people to know, because the content on your phone, the pictures, the videos, everything on your phone that is of value, if it's not out into the world for them to take advantage of it and see it and hear it, it's worth literally zero. Your phone, your camera roll will never generate you $1, get you exposure, get you credibility, increase your standard of living, your life, your income, by sitting on your phone. It needs to go from your phone onto a platform. Even if you're not techie, you still should know how to take a picture and do a video on an iPhone. So as long as you know how to take a picture and do a video, that's all you need to do. Then what you do is go get, if you're that old, or maybe not that old, go get your grandkid or your kid that's anywhere from 10 to 15 to 18 years old. They know because they grew up with Facebook and Instagram. They grew up with all those social media platforms, and they're on them actively. And you literally get one of them. You could obviously pay somebody to do it for you, get an agency to come and do your posting for you for not a crazy amount. But if you weren't techie and you can literally just take pictures and videos once a week, give it to somebody that is techie, literally as simple as a grandkid or a son or a daughter of yours that knows that, and they'll upload it and they'll put the captions on it and they'll chop it up and they'll do X and Y and Z, and just give them to them once a week. And they'll go through your phone. And here's, okay, look at, man, these pictures, look at all this rotted plywood, and look at all this damaged shingles, and look at all these hail strikes, and look at all this, blah, blah, blah stuff. And they take those, and then they can go post them on there for you. It's literally that simple nowadays. I mean, in the beginning, they were developing it one up, but nowadays you can do it. It's so easy to do. If you don't, then go get somebody that's literally, my son's 9. He could literally post that kind of stuff onto my social media platforms. It's that easy.
All right, guys, Jason handed you the playbook. He handed you his playbook on how he has built up a $13 million a year company and growing by distributing organic free content on Facebook and Instagram every single day for years, consistently. You've heard me talk about that before. Now, you might be excited to implement the playbook that Jason just laid out, or you might be like, oh man, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I'm not sure how to do this. I don't know how to get on video. What do I say? How do I do this stuff on social media? How do I put all the pieces in place? Well, you're in luck, because that happens to be exactly what we do here at Contractor Dynamics. We are a marketing training company. So what our team does all day, every day, is we train roofing companies on how to do their own content, how to build and run their own marketing, so they can take control over their growth and take control over the futures of their businesses. That is all we do all day, every day, all of the things that Jason just talked about and much more. So right now, inside our training programs, we're working with companies, roofing companies of $1 million in annual revenue, all the way up to $100 million and everywhere in between. So if you want to learn more about how we might be able to assist you with our courses, our training programs, our one-on-one training, our mastermind, we got a whole bunch of different options for you, depending on where you are in your journey. Reach out to us at contractordynamics.com. Schedule a call with one of our team members here. We happen to figure out kind of where you're at, where you want to be, and help you kind of map out a plan to get from point A to point B, kind of minimizing some of the mistakes and not trying to figure out everything on your own. Tapping into our 10 years of experience, it's tapping into our community of over 100 contractors who are all doing the same thing, very similar things to what Jason Payne is doing, all right? So either way, whether we talk or not, I hope that you implement, please implement some of the things that Jason the Roofer talked about with us today, because that is what he is doing every day. That is the stuff that works. There's no magic. You heard him say it every single day, thousands of pieces of content. Start today. Today is the best time to get this started, all right? Thank you guys so much for your time. Please subscribe. We're trying to get this content out to as many people in our industry as possible. Share with someone you think might get some value out of it. Go thank Jason on Instagram for sharing his nuggets with you. Go thank me on Instagram if you want at Hey Joseph Hughes. I would love to connect with you. Thanks so much for your time. Talk to you soon.